Hey, Shalom, brothers. There's a certain type of energy that's raising our young men, which is making it hard for them to navigate through this world, right? Which is Babylon, right? The Bible calls it the valley of the shadow of death, and our young men are becoming that death, right? Through this energy, and that energy is known as the thug, right? And they don't even understand the origins of that, right? And the thugs were murderers, right? And they were robbers, right? And this happened in India, right? And what they did, they would strangle their victims, and they roamed the country in groups of like 10 to 100, right? Which is where these young men get their modern day cliques from, right? And usually they were in disguise, just like these young men today, right? Today, you see these young men, they walk around all day, every day in mask, right? COVID perpetuated this even more because even in my neighborhood, these young dudes, they don't take the mask off to even go to the grocery store, right? They keep that mask on even if they're going to the grocery store, right? Even when they're driving their car, they're in their car with the mask on, right? They call it the Pooh Shiesty mask, right? They call it the Pooh Shiesty, right? That's where they get that new mask from. But that goes all the way back to the thuggies of India, right? And what they did, they would strangle their victims with a handkerchief, right? And today, you modern day Bloods and you Crips, don't you carry your handkerchief today, right? What the Crips carry it in their on the left side, and I think the Bloods carry their handkerchief on the right side, something like that. Right? I don't remember. I'm out of that world. I used to be a part of that world. I'm out of that world. But that energy is an energy of death, right? Because the motive of the thugs was not so much just to steal and to rob, right? It was also because of religious fanaticism, right? They were basically religious fundamentalists, right? And the bodies of their victims were also hidden in graves and those graves were dug with a consecrated pickaxe, right? And 1/3 of all their spoil was devoted to the goddess Kali, whom they worshipped. Okay? So you have to understand that whatever type of energy that you follow or you believe in, knowingly or unknowingly, it can affect you in a positive way or a negative way, right? Excuse me. Now, the true thugs, like I said, they worship the goddess Kali. Who's the goddess Kali? That's the goddess of death, right? So when people are wondering, oh, why are young men dying, or why are they committing so much crime, or because of the energy that's behind this, right? The energy behind all of this is negative, and it brings negativity and death, right? But this is the NBA star, Ja Morant, or Ja Morant, and he's gotten himself in some trouble, and he was seen on his social media with a gun in a club and all of this. But you have to understand, this behavior is the behavior that dominates our community. How do I know? Because I've been caught up in it as well, right? This is the energy that makes you think that you're cool. This is the energy that makes you think that you're a man. This is the energy that makes you think that you are going to be accepted by the masses, right? That's where you get the whole pants sag, right? That's where you get the whole a certain type of walk. You walk a certain type of way because you think that you're cool, right? You speak a certain type of way because you think you're cool, usually in a slang, right? Which more than likely you're speaking very uneducatedly, right? You don't speak with sense. A lot of times there's no sense to what you're saying, right? You just say things just because it sounds cool, right? So this NBA player who is a rising star in this society because of his abilities, and he can play basketball, right? This young man is very gifted at what he does, but at the same time, he cannot escape the energy that is in our community that is destroying us, right? These are the energies that are destroying us, no matter how you slice it, right? It's even the energy that is a part of this thing of ours as well, right? When you see a lot of these guys, right, in different camps, they also have this thug energy, which is what makes them want to be rappers, which is what makes them come to camp with guns, right? Which is what makes them want to steal from brothers, right? Which what makes them in I can't remember if it was Chicago, what one of the brothers had the brothers doing push-ups and like this negative energy, man. But this negative energy is what is what's killing is what's killing us, man. Right? And we got to get rid of this energy because this energy is not serving us well.
Hey, bitch. Hey, y'all, tell this motherfucker to drink, man. Yeah, give me the bottle, man.
Right? And one of those energies is how we address each other. Right? He just addressed his friend as a bitch. Right? That's a female dog. Right? And that's how we address our women as well. Right? Should some of our women be addressed as bitches? Of course they should be. Why? Because they conduct themselves as that. Right? In some of my videos, I might refer to our women as whores. Why? Because they conduct themselves as that. Sometimes I refer to them as prostitutes. Why? Because they conduct themselves as such. Right? But this is supposed to be this man's friend. He's calling his own friend a bitch.
Die, bitch. Die, bitch. Whole lot of convicts.
Right? And then this guy they said, oh, a whole lot of convicts. Right? His friend is a superstar basketball player. Right? And what they should be trying to do, they should be trying to elevate themselves to get to a better place and to be better than what they came from. Yes, you might have came from a bad place or a bad circumstance, maybe a single parent home, right? Maybe you grew up in the hood. I don't know their circumstance. But let's say you came from a very negative circumstance to where you are now in a place to where you can be impactful on your life and your children's life and on your community. Why are you going to bring the same energy and the same behavior into a place where you're going to then try to elevate yourself? How does that work? How does that work? That could never work. That is the opposite of progress. If you are progressing, why are you going to bring the same behavior, the same degenerate behavior that you are running away from? We need to get away from this degenerate behavior. You can't then bring the degenerate behavior to the new place that you're going. It's going to bring destruction, right? And this goes for anybody, right? But these thugs or the thuggies of India, they had rules, right? And they were bound by them, right? Today, you guys call it street code, right? Like killing. Like there's certain type of killings that they do, that they don't do. Like they'll be like in Scarface, they'll be like, oh, he's like, I don't kill women and kids. I don't kill women and kids. Well, guess what that goes back to? That goes back to the code of the thuggies. The thuggies also had that same code, right? The thuggies wouldn't kill women because they considered the women to be incarnation of the goddess Kali, who they worship. So who were the thuggies? What did the thuggies do? They worship women. They were women worshippers. Right? They didn't just worship the goddess Kali, they also worshiped all women because they thought that women were the incarnations of Kali, of the goddess Kali. Okay? So the same energy that goes back to this pagan worship is the same type of energy that our people have taken on in our community, man. Our so-called community, because this is not a community, right? These are black people, right? And black people can introduce all types of paganism in their so-called community, right? That's fine for a black person to introduce all this type of witchcraft and paganism and, right? And all of this foolishness, man. Right? But I'm just linking up the association with the thuggies and the modern day so-called black man that thinks that he's a thug. Okay?
Nah, bitch. Everything, okay? Everything in that bitch. I'm feeling all the liquor I done drunk today. Hey, y'all, I'm on vacay. Y'all know what happened when I'm on vacay? Y'all know what happened when I'm on vacay? Yeah, I'm out of AZ with it, though. I can't show y'all the other vibes. Shit. Just know that shit attached to the gang. 1, 2. Yeah.
Right? And that was him referring to guns as well. Right? He can't show the other vibes, but it's attached to the gang. Well, well, guess what? Well, when your friends die, don't go to their funerals crying. Right? Why can't you go to their funerals crying? Because this is the type of energy that you promoted. You promote this type of energy, right? And you people don't know what it goes back to. It goes back to tantrism, right? Or the tantric movement, right? And it's an amalgamation of mystical practices that grew out of Hinduism. And where does Hinduism come from? Hinduism comes from the Babylonian mystery school teaching, right? And where does that come from? That comes from the biblical figures Cush and Nimrod, right? And what did they practice? They practiced sex magic and human and animal sacrifices and much more, right? So when you are a part of these things, you don't understand that, guess what? A part of these movements that you are a part of, right, or these gangs or whatever that you're a part of, it comes with blood sacrifice, right? So when your friend dies, right, or when your brother dies or your sister dies or your mama dies, well, guess what? That's a part of it. That is the energy that you promote, man. This is Isaiah 51:20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. Right? What does that mean? That means that you're on the corner. Yo, where you at? I'm outside. Yo, I'm on the corner. Yo, I'm on the block. Yo, I'm on the block. I'm on the turf. Right? And all throughout these different metropolises of the world, right? Mexico, Spain, Portugal, Ireland, right? No matter where our people are, where are they? They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God, right? And that's them. They have all this pent up anger in them. Why? Really and truly, because they don't know who they are. They don't know who they are, right? And they look like men, meaning that they have facial hair, they have the body structure of a man, but mentally they are little boys. Why are they little boys? Because the majority of them were raised by a woman. And a woman doesn't know how to raise a man. She knows how to raise a boy. At a certain age, a woman's knowledge of manhood diminishes. It stops. She doesn't know how. Why? Because she's not a man. She is not a man. Okay? So the majority of you who were raised by a woman, well, guess what you are? You are still a baby. Right? Just like one of my favorite movies, really, really good movie, is called Baby Boy with Tyrese. That's a good movie, right? Because Tyrese couldn't leave the nest. He was stuck in the nest, couldn't leave home, right? He had that energy of his mom, of his mother, laying up under his woman, depending on his woman, right? And always running home to mama. Everything, mama, 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 like a little boy, right? And nowadays, that's what we call our women. We call our women mama. So we'll leave our mama to go and live with our woman. So who we're calling our woman mama, right? And then we leave our home with which is with our mom, right? Or you leave the quote unquote crib, and then now we call our homes cribs. So all you are, you're just a big baby, man. That's all you are. You're just a big baby. Mentally, you so-called Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, you cannot mature, right? I just did a video on that, and it's pertinent because this energy is what's killing our people, man. Why? Because it's an immature energy. This is 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Now look at this. Is this putting away childish things?
One, two,
You have to understand, these are grown ass men, right? In the Bible or in the scriptures, when do we become a man? We become a man when we are 12. That's the beginning stages of manhood, right? When we become 12 years old. That's when we start to the learning under what? Under our father as men, right? So that's what you are going to see as well, right? For you men that have children, if you have boy child, right? You start to see by the age of 11, 12, boys stop listening to their moms. They stop being afraid of their moms. They know that their mom really and truly don't have no authority. Okay? And for you boys that are raised without fathers, at that age you start to rebel against authority. Why? Because you never saw authority growing up. Also, at that age, what happens is that women usually get overly masculine by the time that their child becomes 11 or 12. If a woman has a male child, when he turns 11 or 12, for you mothers who are a little bit more hands-on, you become a little bit more masculine than you should be. And that's not the role of a woman, right? But when you're looking at the screen, you're looking at all adult males, but they have the energy of a child. Why? Because they are thugs, which goes back to the thuggies of India, right? They're worshippers of Kali. They are woman worshippers, right? But in our community, so-called community, the black community, the so-called black community, these are little boys.
hey, just know them motherfuckers attached to the game.
Right? These are little boys. You can't feel any maturity from these men. And I'm not saying that you can't quote unquote let your hair down or quote unquote have fun. No, we all need to have a good balance. Right? We all need to have a good balance. But I'm speaking of the energy that's in our community, right? That surrounds our people, that is not allowing our people to grow, that keeps our people held back no matter where they are in life, no matter if they're poor, no matter if they're rich, no matter if they're famous. They carry this energy with them everywhere they go, and it's polluting our young men and it's polluting our young women as well, right? Because it has turned our young women from being wives, right, into being whores, right? This is First Peter 2 and 9. I'm going to end it here. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Right? So you Israelite men and you Israelite women, you are not normal people. You are not normal people, and you're supposed to conduct yourself as the apple of the Most High's eye, right? And conducting yourself in a low manner or with this low vibration is going to bring death and it's going to bring destruction. Why? Because 1 Peter 2 and 9, you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. You're royal people, man. And there's certain ways royal people carry themselves, right? Royal people carry themselves upright. Unholy nation. What is holy? Separate. What does that mean? We're not supposed to follow people, right? These East Indians set this trend of being a thug. Why are you following an East Indian? A peculiar people, that you should shew forth the praises of him who hath called thee. All throughout this video, when has this man given the praise unto the Most High? When has he given the praise unto the Most High? Right? These guys don't give the praise unto the Most High. Right? They'll give the praise unto their mothers. Right? Especially these athletes. Mama! Thank you, mama. Yo, mama was there. Daddy wasn't there. They give praise unto their mothers. They give praise unto the woman. Right? But with that, I like to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and elder apostles of GMS that rule well and that teach well, and to the brothers on the four corners of the earth doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom. Till next time. Kwame Asharallah.